Imagine waking up tomorrow morning to find your heating system completely broken. No thermostat, no cozy blanket from IKEA, no hot cocoa, and no delivery app bringing warm food. Just you, shivering, staring at freezing winds dropping far below zero, praying you won't freeze before spring. Now imagine that isn't a temporary storm. That is your everyday reality for 10,000 years. Welcome to the brutal truth of the Pleistocene Ice Age. If you think modern winters in Scandinavia or Alaska are harsh, you have no idea what our ancestors endured. During the last glacial maximum, global temperatures plunged. 6 degrees Celsius colder was the difference between a city like London and a frozen wasteland buried under a kilometer of solid ice. Massive ice sheets covered vast stretches of North America and Eurasia. And yet, against all odds, our naked ape ancestors didn't just curl up and die in the snow. They survived, adapted, and conquered the frozen planet. How did primitive humans outsmart the deadliest cold in Earth's history? The answer is a masterclass in prehistoric technology, evolutionary biology, and epic teamwork. Before we dive into their survival secrets, look at the landscape they lived in. It was a terrifying paradise packed with megafauna, cave lions 30% larger than modern lions, woolly rhinoceroses, cave bears, and Irish elk with 4-meter antlers. Sea levels were over 100 meters lower, meaning Britain was attached to Europe, and a land bridge called Beringia connected Siberia to Alaska. Ancient humans walked across landscapes now buried deep under the ocean. These colossal beasts were simultaneously our ancestors' greatest nightmare and their ultimate survival resource. But to survive a world that wants to freeze your toes off, you need the single most important survival technology ever mastered: fire. Humans and our hominin cousins have controlled fire for hundreds of thousands of years. Sites like Wonderwork Cave in South Africa show traces of controlled fire dating back roughly 1 million years. By the time Ice Age blizzards swept across Eurasia, fire was the anchor of human existence. But fire was far more than a space heater. It was a prehistoric Swiss Army knife doing 15 jobs at once. First, fire cooked raw meat and tough roots. Cooking pre-digests food, breaking down tough fibers so our bodies absorb vastly more calories with far less effort. Evolutionary biologist Richard Wrangham argued that by cooking food, humans traded energy-expensive gut tissue for larger, hungry brains. Basically, fire made us smarter. Next time you bake a pizza, thank your ancestors for trading gut space for brain power. Fire was also a ruthless bodyguard. When 16-hour winter nights set in, a roaring flame kept cave lions away. Fire also hardened spear tips, lit up dark caves, dried soaked clothes, and heated shelters. Losing your fire in a blizzard was an instant death sentence, making the firekeeper quite literally the most vital VIP in the tribe. Popular culture loves to picture ancient humans as brainless cavemen huddled in damp holes. While natural caves were fantastic thermal buffers, maintaining 10 to 13 degrees Celsius inside regardless of the blizzard outside, caves didn't move. When prey migrated, humans had to follow, and when no caves were available, they built their own architecture. Across Eastern Europe, at sites like Mazirich in Ukraine, archaeologists uncovered mind-blowing structures. Circular bone houses built almost entirely out of mammoth skeletons. Ancient builders interlocked hundreds of mammoth femurs, skulls, and jawbones to assemble solid walls. They arched curved mammoth tusks overhead to form roof beams, then stretched heavy animal hides over the top to create wind-proof domes. Building a single bone house required parts from over 100 mammoths. Think about the engineering and coordination required to build a mammoth bone mansion without metal tools or timber. Inside, these homes featured central hearths, sleeping quarters, and tool workshops. This wasn't primitive emergency shelter. This was high-level prehistoric real estate. Biologically speaking, humans are naked apes. We have zero natural fur, no thick blubber, and no sharp claws. Left out in sub-zero winds without protection, an unclothed human loses body heat far faster than metabolism can produce it, leading to fatal hypothermia within hours. Interestingly, Genetic studies of lice show that body lice diverged from head lice around 170,000 years ago, giving scientists a clever clue about when humans started wearing clothing regularly. By 40,000 years ago, Paleolithic clothing was anything but crude animal wraps. Archaeologists have discovered bone sewing needles with eyelets barely 1 millimeter wide. At the Sungir site in Russia, burials revealed tailored, multi-layered outfits decorated with thousands of hand-carved ivory beads. Ancient humans invented a 3-layer clothing system identical to modern winter gear: a soft inner layer to manage sweat, a thick insulating middle layer to trap warm air, and a tough outer hide to block biting winds. To keep raw skin soft and flexible, they used brain tanning, mixing animal brain tissue with water to break down fats. Without these tailor-made leather parkas and bone needles, human expansion into the frozen north would have ended in immediate extinction. Staying warm in sub-zero weather demands staggering amounts of energy. In extreme cold, your basal metabolic rate can surge by 50% just to keep your core body temperature at 37 degrees. Throw in physical labor like tracking game through knee-deep snow, and daily calorie needs skyrocket. In an Ice Age winter, running out of calories meant rapid hypothermia. Lean protein alone wasn't enough. Fat was the undisputed gold currency of prehistoric survival. Fat packs double the energy per gram compared to protein or carbohydrates, and it is the exact fuel your body burns to generate heat. This is why hunting megafauna was worth the lethal risk. A single adult mammoth provided up to 500,000 calories, packed with dense fat and rich marrow, enough to sustain 25 people for weeks. But how do you preserve 500,000 calories of meat without a refrigerator? You turn the frozen earth into your freezer. Ancient humans dug storage pits deep into the permafrost, creating natural deep freeze lockers that preserved meat for months. They also dried meat over fire smoke and mixed dried meat with rendered fat to create long-lasting survival bars, the Paleolithic version of modern pemmican. When severe winter set in, staying put wasn't always an option. Many human bands practiced smart, seasonal migration. Reindeer, bison, and wild horses moved between summer highlands and sheltered river valleys where topography blocked howling winds. Human communities followed these herds along carefully planned routes. Archaeological findings show stone materials transported across hundreds of kilometers, proving that ancient humans possessed intricate mental maps of entire continents. They knew seasonal weather patterns, animal movement corridors, and exact travel times across generations. This wasn't aimless wandering. It was strategic land management based on accumulated empirical knowledge long before maps existed. If modern survival shows have taught us anything, it's our silly pop culture obsession with the solo, lone wolf hero, the adventurer who eats a beetle on camera while a film crew stands nearby. In the Paleolithic world, a lone wolf was simply a future frozen corpse. Human survival was entirely rooted in intense social cohesion. A typical hunter-gatherer band consisted of 20 to 50 individuals with specialized roles: master trackers, hide tanners, tool makers, and revered elders. Elders were walking libraries who remembered how the tribe survived the catastrophic blizzard 20 years ago. During brutal winter months, when groups were trapped inside shelters for weeks, psychological stress could tear a tribe apart faster than a cave bear. To maintain morale, ancient humans created rich cultural rituals, storytelling, and music. Flutes carved from vulture bones dating back 40,000 years prove that music filled prehistoric shelters. Cave paintings at sites like Chauvet and Lascaux weren't just artistic expressions. They served as visual databases, teaching young generations animal behaviors and hunting strategies. Today, we have traded mammoth bone huts, brain-tanned parkas, and permafrost food caches for central heating, thermal jackets, and ordering hot food from our phones at midnight. But every single human alive today is a direct descendant of those unstoppable survivors who conquered the frozen dark of the Ice Age. Their ability to innovate, plan ahead, and protect one another is hardwired into our very DNA. The next time you adjust your home thermostat on a freezing winter night, take a moment to remember the brave, naked apes who outsmarted the deadliest cold in Earth's history with fire, needles, and unbreakable unity. Which prehistoric survival technology impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below, And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into prehistoric human history.